Hello friends, Aaron here at BoardScape, where I want to help you make the most informed decision on what you should buy, back, and play. Today we're going to be taking a look at Eternal Palace, currently on Kickstarter with 6 days to go as of the time of this recording. Eternal Palace is going to be a dice placement painting Euro game, which had gotten a lot of people intrigued beforehand, right? This is a game that a lot of people were looking forward to, and in fact it's done pretty well with 2,000 backers, almost $100,000 broken, easily going to break that in the next day or so. With the combined art and dice placement aspects of this game, again, quite a few people were excited. So, I want to go ahead and go through this campaign with you and sort of let you know what is up and whether this is a game that you should back, if you should wait for retail, or if this is a game that you might not want to play. So, let's get into it. As we said, Eternal Palace is going to be a dice placement Euro game. It's going to come in at $46. Now, that's going to be for the base pledge. First thing I always like to look at is pledge levels, because there's no point in me looking at a game if it's already outside of my price range. So at $46, it's not too bad. 46 plus shipping, maybe another 15. I'm looking at maybe $60 for the base game. I will say that I fully expect you to be able to pick this up in a year or two for maybe somewhere between 30 and 40 online or at your local game store. So you are paying a premium, as is with a lot of Kickstarters, in order to get this early, as well as to help get this game made. But again, $46, not bad. If you want the Deluxe Edition, it's going to be $58 plus shipping, and that's it. 2 versions, not bad. I'm currently pledged at $1, just so you guys know, which is actually $2 US, because this is one of those I'm still not sure on. I'll hit it up in the pledge manager in a couple months, sort of seeing where my budget is and whether it's still a game that interests me at the time. So, it's a game I want to play, but it's a choice between retail and Kickstarter for me right now. Now, this is going to be for 1 to 5 players, playing in at 60 to 90 minutes, which other reviewers have said seems pretty likely. That 60 to 90 minutes, even with up to 4 players, really is doable. This is going to actually be on the light to light medium range, so maybe an introductory to dice placement type games. Not heavy at all, pretty simple to teach, one that you could probably teach in 5 minutes. And we'll go over it here in a minute, but just know that this is a lighter game. This is not The Voyage of Marco Polo. That's a medium game. I would actually teach this first in order to teach The Voyage of Marco Polo, or teach this first in order to teach some of the ideas behind Castles of Burgundy, or other dice placement games, Grand Austria Hotel, whatever it might be. This is a good stepping stone for that. Which, even if you just like the medium or the light games, again, this is going to be great for you. I have friends that I play with that only play light games. That's one of the reasons I want this. I don't really have a good dice placement game that looks like this that they're interested in. Sure, I have Castles of Burgundy. It's ugly as sin. And I pull it out, and they're not interested in the brown drab. But look at this. This is not brown drab. This is chock full of color, which the art in this game is going to be one of the main drawing points for a lot of people. The colors are here. The greens and the pinks are playing off of each other, just as you would expect in feudal Japan, reminding me a lot of Senkokushin, which is going to be coming out, taking place in a similar time period. Completely different games, not even in the same ballpark, except for the same Japanese aesthetic. We can scroll down here real fast and look at this. Part of this game is going to be making these masterpieces where you are picking up different parts of the game, or different paintings throughout the game, and Yep, not going to edit this out. Yep. Anyways, you're going to be picking up these different parts of the painting and just creating your own masterpiece. Beautiful. So throughout this game, here's the basic gist, right? You're going to be rolling your dice, starting with, I believe, 2, maybe 3, with the ability to get more throughout the game. So everybody's gonna roll them all at once, and let's say I roll a 3 and a 5. Everybody's gonna see that I rolled a 3 and a 5, and then I'm going to put my dice behind this little piece of paper. They have them here on the edge, like these little, I don't remember what you'd call them. Leave a comment below. What would you call that? And you're going to arrange your dice in different groupings between 1 and 12. You can see here on the board the different numbers: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. These are going to be your different locations, where you're going with your dice placement spots. So, if I had that 3 and a 5, I would have 2 choices. I could either... Allergies are hitting me hard, everybody. Sorry. And I don't feel like editing them out. If you have allergies, let me know how bad they get in the comments, because it's spring and it's going to get real bad. So, too much rambling. 3 and 5. I could choose to either go into 2 different groupings and have 1 dice go to the 3 and 1 to the 5, or I could combine them and put them on the 8. A lot like Kingsburg, if you played that before. So, there's going to be a lot of player interaction here because different locations will allow multiple people to visit them, but whoever goes there first or second or third is going to get additional things. As you can see here at the 6, you're going to be getting some resources, but these little locations behind these dice are going to tell them what they're getting as well as when they lay there. So I'm going to have to choose. Do I think that Joe Bob across from me, who rolled a 4 and a 4, is going to take that 8? If so, will I be able to get what I really want, or should I split them up? There's going to be a lot of just sort of guessing and guesstimating what your opponents are going to be doing and trying to play off of that, which is something that I personally like a lot in a game, because there's no worse feeling or funny feeling than when you think that somebody's going to do something and so you do something else reactively. Maybe I think Joe Bob's going to go to that 8, so I go to the 3 and the 5, and then he doesn't go to the 8, and you're like, what the heck? I could have had that, and now I'm stuck with this 3 and this 5 that I didn't really want. Like, there's going to be a lot of that in this game, and I find that to be a great way to add player interaction in worker placement, dice placement type games. So, that's going to be the basic gist of the game. You're going to be going to these locations, gathering resources, changing those resources into monuments, and gathering your pieces to your masterpiece, your painting, all while just doing the best you can to get the most points. Now, one thing that they have said is that this game is going to be one that really has low scoring. So 18, 19 points, that's going to be a lot. And one thing to note is that, I don't know if I said it earlier, these painting pieces, it's not going to matter how you lay them out. What matters is how many you have. Each piece is worth 1 point. And I believe you play until one person has completed their painting, and they have all of them. On top of that, you're going to be getting little monuments in different locations, and those monuments are going to be worth 2 points. And therefore, it's whoever has that monument at the end of the game is going to get those points. And since it's such a low-scoring game, 2 points or 4 points, if you manage to snag 2 of them at the end, can be game changing. So you have points changing hands, all while watching this timer tick down as everybody starts to gather up their pieces. So it adds a fun little dimension of a fun timer. You know when the game's about to end. And so you're going to switch your logic a little bit, switch your game plan to try to snatch these masterpieces and these monuments. So here's a basic look at the game. You're going to have some various tracks that you're running up and getting different things as you move. Here's a track over here. Places around the board to gather resources. Just all sorts of things, right? There's going to be 80 different painting pieces. 10 unique features, which you'll be able to get throughout the game, also worth points. And can be added within your painting to give it a unique feel. You're going to be able to gather up advisors which do certain things. The iconography in this game is also pretty simple. As you can see, here you get 4 wisdom tokens. Here you can change a wisdom token to some fish. Here you give, look at those hands, they're perfect. You give 3 fish and you get 2 2 resources of your choice. The iconography is simple, again, an easy game to teach. 20 solo cards for the solo mode, and all of these tokens and resources here. These wisdom tokens, I don't think I mentioned, they are going to be your the way that you modify your dice. So you can use a wisdom token or 2 to change a 5 to a 4 or a 5 to a 6, sort of taking away a little bit of the randomness involved with the dice. Another thing of note is that the stretch goals, which we'll take a look at in a minute, do not upgrade any of these. They are looking, it looks like, to create one version besides the Deluxe, which adds just a little bit, but one main version that they can mass produce and send to retailers, not having to worry about getting all these additional pieces a second time. So what you see here is what you get, except for these monument tokens. If you go Deluxe, then you'll get 4 monument minis instead, which might just be worth it. Easier to see who has what, when. I have this cow sitting in front of me, or this bull sitting in front of me, instead of trying to look around and see who has the token. The minis, I think, add quite a bit to the aesthetic. Are they necessary? No, not at all. Minis are hardly ever necessary. But again, a quick glance is going to make it a lot easier to see who has what. On top of these 4 minis, the Deluxe Edition, which again is going to cost $12 more than the base edition, is going to add 2 small expansions. This Labyrinth board will take a single die, and you'll move around the board following the arrows until you get to the center, where you get your big prize. On top of that, you have the Export expansion that's going to add different ways that you can do different things with resources, right? So just adding a small level there, again, looks like you can go up the track and sort of get your stuff. Again, are these 2 boards necessary? No. They might even convolute things a little bit. Who knows how good they actually are, or if they're ever going to be worth going to over an actual location. I don't know. So, that's going to be the base game, the Deluxe game, and here's what they're doing with the Kickstarter, with the stretch goals. They are doing stretch goals and social goals, no daily unlocks. They're going to be combined into this Kickstarter pack, an easy package that they can combine and print off one time to their Kickstarter backers and not have to worry about changing up the box or what's inside of it. So you're going to get additional painting pieces, a whole bunch of them here, as well as the big one, the alternate locations. So you can see here that they have the numbers, like this number 12. You'll basically put this small little token board on top of the main board, changing up the location, what it does, what it gives. giving slight variation to the game, where maybe you've played it 20 times. Now you're going to have a couple different things that you can do to change up the game, which I think is actually a pretty brilliant idea. Now there's stretch goals. We see they've unlocked all those things. They've done the social goals, which gave like spot UV on the box, linen finish to the rule book, cardboard upgrades, cardstock upgrades, basic stuff, right? We've already gone over the rewards and the gameplay. So we'll scroll down here. They do have a solo mode. I've not taken a look at it, but if you're interested, go ahead and go to the Kickstarter page linked below and come check this out. Hey, while you're down there, why don't you go ahead and subscribe? Hit that like button. Leave a comment. So, on top of all of this, we've gone over the price, we've gone over the stretch goals, we've gone over the game. One thing a lot of people worry about is publishers and whether they can or not they can be trusted. This is from Alley Cat Games, who can, in fact, be trusted. They have created quite a bit in the past, and actually have their most recent was Tinner's Trail, which we see here, the remake of the Martin Wallace game, which had almost 4,000 backers. They've done Tender Blocks and Tungara, Dice Hospital stuff, Chocolate Factory. They've been around the block. Dino World. They know how to do Kickstarter. In no way, shape, or form would I ever doubt backing a game from Alley Cat Games. They know their stuff. So, if you're looking for a company that you can trust, this is one of them. That might be a reason to back this for you. Shipping. We'll scroll down here to shipping, and we'll come back up. Shipping to the UK is going to be, what is that, £4, I believe. To the EU is going to be 6 to 17 euro, depending on which country you're in. The US is going to be an average of $10. Really, it's not that bad. It's not going to be a humongous box, but a regular sized box, going to fit on your Calic shelf, and not that expensive to ship. $10. Easy peasy compared to something like, well, really anything. Oathsworn, I think that was $40 for shipping. Ridiculous, but I get it too. Now, let's scroll back up here real fast and take a look at, throughout this game, they have various content creators. They did their homework with their content creators and have quite a few. They have Rado, who says that it's a blast, it's enjoyable from beginning to end. This is not just a standard worker placement. The worker placement is really sharp. Down here they have a variety of games, yeah, this is a big one. The Broken Meeple called this a Kingsburg killer. So if you're a fan of Kingsburg, you might want to check out this game to see if it actually does it for you. As I scroll down to find the rest of them, just note that you can download the rules. You can print out a print and play if you want to check out the game in person. There's a tabletop simulator mod. If you want to try this game, they make it easy to do so. Here are the videos. They have run-throughs, playthroughs, overviews, who should back it, and let's take a look at it from a variety of different people. Man vs. Meeple, Broken Meeple, Rado. Just, they sent this game out, which I always like to see what other people are saying about it and if they actually sent their game out, because there are a lot of games asking for a lot of money who don't even let content creators see what's going on, which makes me wary of if the game's actually going to be worthwhile or not. If it's worthwhile, why would you not want to get that out there into the community where they can see it? So if you actually want a write-up, We're Not Wizards did a write-up of it. So they covered their bases. On top of that, let's take a look here at the FAQ, the updates, and the comments. The FAQ covers a couple things. The first is going to be that this campaign is only in English. You will be able to download digitally from in these languages a PDF of the rule book, but it will only be in English in the game. I back Tinner's Trail. Can I also back Eternal Palace and save on shipping? Combine them? The answer is no. They are at different locations, different manufacturing stuff going on. You're not going to be able to combine them. What makes it great? Well, everything we just looked at. Do you do group pledges? Yes, there's a pledge level for that. If you're a retailer, yes. Will Brexit affect shipping? No. We will be shipping delivery duty paid, so there are no hidden charges after shipping, which I often still get confused on VAT, not living in the EU, not really keeping up on that. I believe what they're saying is you're not going to have to worry about a VAT charge. Now, if you live over there and know more about that, and I'm wrong, please leave a comment below so that we can correct that. But that's the way that I take this. And then what's included in each pledge is listed there. The updates, they did a pretty good job with these updates, going from just the first day it was out, telling us it's funded, we're going to have a live stream, thank you, all these things, which we saw Stellaris recently didn't do any updates after it reached like $2 million. Like, just didn't make sense. But again, Alley Cat Games knows what they're doing. We've had a couple stretch goals unlocked every couple days. Sure. Curious about the solo mode. They actually have a stream of the solo mode here in Update 6 you can go to. And Update 7 lets us know that we've unlocked all the stretch goals. There's only one remaining, which they're going to hit it. So they've done a good job with the updates, keeping people updated with what's going on, just as what they should be, right? And then with the comments, the only thing I really want to point out here, I'm not going to go through these comments, but is going to be that they have been responding. They are very much in the comment section, answering questions, saying thank you for ideas, even saying we thought about that and it's not going to work, but it's awesome that you thought about it too. So they've done a lot with this campaign, and they are very involved with the community. So my final thoughts. Should you back Eternal Palace? I think that very much depends on how fast you want this game and whether or not you want to pay that upcharge to keep Alley Cat Games in business and to get this Kickstarter rolling. If that's you, then you should definitely back this game. If you want it ASAP, back it. But you are paying that premium for a game that you're going to be able to get cheaper in a year or two at retail. $30, $40 would be my estimation, especially in a sale, possibly $30, $35. So if you want to save $20, wait for retail. I already told you what I'm doing. I'm at the dollar pledge, waiting to see later down the road when the pledge manager opens where I am with my finances, if I'm still interested or if I'm going to wait for retail, and just how many games I have coming, because there is such a thing as backing too many Kickstarters. If you start getting a new game every single week, you're not going to be able to play it all, which is why I want to help you know what is best for you. I saw no major red flags in this campaign. If you want to back it, perfect. You're going to spend that extra $15. You're going to $15, $20 for that upcharge of being able to get it right away. Estimated February of 2022, so you could probably expect it April or May would be my estimation of next year. And yeah, let me know what you think of Eternal Palace below. Is it a game you're interested in? Are you backing it? Have you even kept an eye on it? If there's anything major that I've missed, leave a comment, or any corrections below, leave a comment. But I just want to say thank you for joining me. If you have not subscribed and found this helpful, go ahead and subscribe, hit that like button, and leave a comment. So, thank you, and as always, game on.